the greatest awakening. We're going to wait a couple minutes for people to come on. But this year is about the greatest awakening. This is what this year is. Okay. But I'm going to wait for a few minutes for people to come live. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hello, Marigold. Hello, Patricia. I want to start off by saying welcome to the greatest awakening. This year in human history is the greatest awakening. It is something that has been worked towards for many thousands of years. Many teachers and students over the centuries, students that became teachers, teachers that became enlightened, the enlightened that became non-physical being, have been preparing humanity for this thing called the greatest awakening. And it is an experience. It is an experience in understanding. This is the greatest awakening. When I was first given the message of the greatest awakening yesterday, it was the most profound experience I have ever had in my life. And there are these groups of beings called the bringers of light, both those that are on the planet and those who are in non-physical form, Master Jesus and many others from uncountable realms of being that are here to facilitate human understanding. This is what has told me humanity is now going to acquire an understanding of why we are here. Who are we? In particular, in your case, it will be, who are you? And what are you here for? It is so important to remember this. It is so very important that you remember who you are. Many of you have been trapped in the cage of your personality, your past, and it is time to unlock the door to the cage and come out. It's time to come out of your cage and be and do who you are. The format of the show is going to change, as will the title of the show. It will be called The Greatest Awakening. For we are not singularly responsible for this greatest awakening, but we do wish to remind everyone and tell everyone that we are here to remind everybody that it is occurring. We're here to remind you that the greatest awakening is happening right now. There will be many, many people becoming awakened in the coming weeks and months of this year. The great legwork of the mystics over centuries, Master Jesus, Buddha, Lao Tzu, Zarathustra, the nameless ones as well, those that do not require credit nor name for what they have done, all of them, all of their work and effort is coming to this point in human experience. And humanity has been asking a question for a long time. Why are we here? And that question is going to be answered and can only be answered by your remembering. And your remembering will come about by experiencing and understanding. Understanding that the fundamental truth to each and every one of you, the immutable truth to each and every one of you, is that you are love. You were called to this world because love was needed. You were called to this world because love was needed, and it is needed even more. When you come to the remembrance, when you come to remember that you are love, from that perspective of awareness, you will begin to understand the motivations of others very differently than you do from what you think you know. For love does not require thinking. Love, which you are, is being and not thinking. Being does not require thinking. When love is being conscious, when you are consciously being what you are, you will know what to say and what to do. You will align yourself to all of the teachers, all of the ascended, and those on earth. There are many on earth bringing about the greatest awakening in form, as there are those in the non-physical realms as well. As you get more aware of this, you begin to liberate yourself. You begin to liberate yourself from the thought process, and you move into love as living action. Love always knows what it needs to do in the moment. The moment we move out of what we are, we get confused. The moment you forget who you are, you will be confused. And I'm grateful that I get to allow the wisdom and the knowledge that comes to me to be given to you. It is a true honor and a privilege. There is so much happening all at once for all of us. And your angels, your guides, the ascended ones, the multidimensional beings, the bringers of light, the galactic councils, all of these beings are present, and we need to learn to listen. All of us, so that we can learn. I woke up this morning and realized this is not a process that one can do on their own. It is why the Eastern mystics have always had the guru-student thing. You need a place to learn, comprehend, and understand that allows you to know from a perspective other than your own, a higher perspective, preferably. Anyway, I wanted to, they want me to say it's important you understand that you need a good, clear reflection to learn from. Many of you have questions, and we will gladly offer you their answers. It is important you understand that many of the questions that some of you propose will be based in fruitless things, things that really won't have any meaning to who you really are, but may prove of some value in learning to release yourself, from the useless, so that you can restore yourself to your useful. So I want to welcome everybody to the Greatest Awakening, and I want to thank you for showing up. I'm going to pull up the questions. We are going to do a very short meditation today, and it's simply and easily on just being open to hearing, becoming open to hearing. There is so much love. You are so much love. The process of self-actualization demands that you remember that you are love, and that it is not something to be pursued or captured from outside of you, but to be remembered and realized within you. Well, Yes. I've got a question from Bogumila. Hi, Bogumila. Any messages for me and my family for New Year? Thank you. Tell them to not be fearful of the changes that are occurring, for there are those things that they cannot see when they are in fear. Tell them all to let go of their fear so that they may see the value in what is unfolding right before their very eyes. For not only you, but all of you, your eyes will be opening to love soon, to what you are, to deliberately being what you are. Love is what you are. I remember, I got to tell you, when you start to go back, when you can go back in time, from the time you are at right now to the moment of your conception, if you can go back to that moment, the moment of conception of that form, the awareness that you are at the moment of conception is free. The awareness that you are at the moment of conception is free. And you are love. Okay, thank you. So I'm not trying to control, I'm just literally allowing what they're wanting to say today, because there's so much being said and offered. And yes, I want to say Master Jesus is with us all on this planet. He's with us all in the most profound way. There is a whole wonder that we're all going to be experiencing. It's just incredible. Anyway, I'm going to get some questions. Yes. Relax, William. Okay. Yes. So these bringers of the light, I want to mention these bringers of the light, when they came to me yesterday, there's thousands of them. And they weren't just ones that I saw in spirit. There are thousands of bringers of light on the planet. And when I said, well, who are they? And they said, everyone. Everyone is a bringer of light. And I went, my gosh, it's true. Every one of us, it does not matter what the appearance is, we all brought light here. That light we call love. That vibrational frequency that lets you know that you are free, that you are what you are. We are all bringers of light. Remember that. No matter what your emotional, mental state might be right now, what your life circumstances right now, you are a bringer of light. Every one of you. And even if you do not feel that way or you do not believe that statement, that's okay. The truth is the truth. But they're telling me that there are those of you right now that will hear these words and you will feel something inside yourself where you recognize the truth. You feel a little shaking of the tree of truth inside you, of that statement being true, that you are a bringer of light. Question, am I ready to take the mediumship course, or are these things I need to heal, work on before I take this course? You absolutely need to take this course. This course is wondrous. It's incredible. It will take you through the step-by-step process that I went through to awaken and connect. And it will save you so much time and energy. You deserve to be happy. You are loved. You need to be who you are. You need to be free of who you are not. And the mediumship courses take you very gently and playfully through the process of remembering who you are, the process of connecting to higher vibrational beings that you can communicate with and receive answers to. And there are answers for every one of us, for any circumstance in our life. We don't have all the answers ourselves. I certainly don't have all the answers. There are beings that have answers I do not have, not only on this world, but in the non-physical realms as well. The Course will bring you gently to the awareness of them. Thank you for that question, Teresa. Really appreciate it. Question from Marigold. What should I be focusing on this week for the Great Awakening? The thing that you should be focusing on the most during your Great Awakening, for in asking us this question, you have told us that you wish to be conscious, to remember that each moment you have an awareness of anything that does not represent your love. Pull your attention away from that. Let it go. Let anything unlike love go from your awareness. And it will try to tug back at you. It will say, no, pay attention to me, that fear, that anger, that guilt. It will try to capture your attention. Do not let it. Say, oh, no. I do not need you. This for you this week. To remember love. To stay connected to love. Yes. Thank you. Great question. I woke up yesterday and I was blessed. I was blessed with the opportunity to remember who I am. Not partially, but completely. And the contrast between who you are and who you are not becomes really apparent when you recognize the difference of any other emotion like fear, any negative energy that isn't representative of who you are. But even those emotions and things that trouble you, you will require understanding for. You cannot, yes, that statement they made just earlier for that one does not apply for everyone, except those who resonate with that truth. Except for those of you that resonate with that truth. Some of you require understanding about why you are afraid, or why you are depressed, or why you are angry, or why you are feeling you have not succeeded yet. Many of you require understanding, and it is understanding particularly that will precipitate your Great Awakening. Understanding for those of you will be precipitated by the Great Awakening. Yes. Thank you. So waking up as a child in the morning. Yes. When I woke up, I felt excited as a little boy. For the first 6 years of my life, I would awaken feeling so excited to be alive. And what I lost memory of was that excitement. I lost the memory of being that excited, free child. And many of us have forgotten that self that is still within you. When I remembered that yesterday, it's been this incredible up and down of joy, freedom, and liberation, and at the same time, the memory of being encaptured and imprisoned by my fear, my guilt, my shame, my anger. And I've been dancing back and forth personally with this yesterday through today. And so I find myself being really excited to be here. And at the same time, realizing that I still need to realize that all that other stuff requires understanding. And you will have your understanding. All of us will. This is the year, the greatest awakening. Question from Jana. Did I release a grief chunk from my chest in the last 2 days? It felt, a lot of people did. Thank you for asking that question, Jana. Yes, you did. It was actually a block of years. There's an area of your life, your past experience, where you were holding on to a very painful energy, and you release that. A lot of people in this crossover from last year, the energy of last year to the energy of this year, a lot of people felt something leave their heart, a heaviness leave their heart. And many people are getting really excited about what is coming. Because it's not just that it's coming, it's here right now. It's when we say it's coming, we simply mean that it's coming in terms that you will become aware that it is already here. In that sense, it is coming. When these bringers of light and Master Jesus came yesterday, I've literally been receiving just this non-stop flow of information and knowledge and wisdom. And there is no question that you cannot have answered. And when you are not listening through the ears of fear, you will hear the voice of love and reason. It's important to not hear through fear. Anyway, I got the stream going through. It's just intense. I literally feel like I'm learning 50 languages at once. That's how it feels to me. You're welcome, Teresa. Question from Robin. Will our Kundalini be activated in this new energy? It is already activated. It's becoming aware of the activation, becoming aware of the vibrational frequency. It can be perceived on the cellular level. If you can go out of expecting some big euphoria, you can sometimes feel it. They're telling me that they're transmitting an energy to you right now. To feel the subtle vibration in a line of energy from the center of your tailbone up. It's a slight flow. It's a sensation. They're saying for you, it will be felt like a sensation that connects heaven and earth, that connects heaven and earth through your biology. You can feel it in that place in your biology. They're transmitting it to you now. Wow. Question from Danielle. How about releasing a pain about inner child? Is it done? Or what may I do? They're saying it is not so much important to release the pain of your inner child. It is more effective and more appropriate to love it, to give that painful time your love. You do not need to release it. You need to love it in your case. Some of you can just let go, but some of you need to give love. Some of you let go and remember love, and some of you give love to remember love. It is different for each of you. Thank you. Question from Sunyata. I've been seeing a lot about courses for the past life healing. Are my guides suggesting past life healing? Does she need to do past life healing? No, they're saying you do not need to heal your past life. You need to remember yourself in the present one. This will be the healing of your past lives. To remember who you are is the healing of all things. To know who you are is the healing of yourself. That is the healing that you seek. Fascinating. Thank you so much. Great question. It's amazing. There is such a gathering of love for humanity. When they said that to me today, they said, humanity requires understanding. This is what humanity requires. It does not require, humanity does not require more cars and more planes and more trains and more boats and more buses and more money and more children. It requires understanding. Humanity requires understanding. It does not understand how to love, and that must be understood. This is where our focus needs to go. Most of you are trapped in acquiring in the hopes that you will gain the love from what you acquire. You will not. You will not acquire the love you seek from what you gain in material things or in control and power. You will not acquire an understanding of love, or you will not acquire an understanding of freedom. You will only acquire that understanding by knowing who you are. By knowing who you are. Understanding. You must understand who you are. All of you. High Vibe Beliefs is asking, are any of my symptoms due to blocked energy or awakening? Wow. I don't know who's saying this, but there's somebody getting this image of this blonde. It's a blonde. I can't tell if it feels like a young woman / girl. It's got like these little white ponytails up, and she's like literally in tears. I'd say she's like between 12 and 14, and she's literally in tears and needing you. She needs you. I believe, again, what does that mean? That is all. Okay. So that, are they a physical being or non-physical being? They are a physical being, but maybe not as you would think them. They're not separate from this one. They're intimately connected to this one. Cool. Wow. So the meditation is very short. We'll do the meditation right now. It's very simple. I'm personally very overwhelmed with this awakening that I'm having. My greatest awakening is happening, as is yours. And we're going to keep it really simple. I'm going to allow them to just put through the vibration that they gave me yesterday. And so please make yourselves comfortable, your body comfortable. Drink a bit of water before you begin. We want to keep this as simple as possible. We ask that you simply breathe and relax your body and give your entire body permission to relax, to be free of your mind. When you relax your body, you're freeing it from your mind. It's important you remember this point. As you breathe and relax your body, you are freeing it from your mind. And breathe deeply and slowly, consciously and deliberately, relaxing your body and freeing it of your mind. relaxing your body and freeing it of your mind. And each muscle you relax, you liberate from your mind. And now turn your attention to what you remember about who you think you are, to the memory of yourself. Become aware of the memory of yourself. Allow your awareness to move backwards to the beginning of that body, to where you do not remember, to where you are just aware. Become the awareness, hearing our words, feeling, awareness, being, awareness. Letting your attention stay upon your awareness. Just be aware. Do not let the sounds of the world, do not let thoughts of the past capture your attention now. Just be aware. You are awareness. You are not thought. You are not body. You are awareness, here and now. From the perspective of your awareness, feel. Feel the vibration of your being, awareness. In awareness, you are free from mind, and you are free from body. And your relationship with them will change. For as awareness, you can bring your light to both your mind and body. You cannot bring awareness to your mind and body if you think you are your mind or body. But as awareness, you can bring awareness to your mind and body, as we do with you in this moment. You simply require understanding of who you are. The need that you have for your mind and your body will become clearer as you become more aware. The need that you have for your mind and body will become clearer as you become more aware. You are awareness. And in this awareness, you can know all that you need to know. In awareness, you can be all you need to be. In awareness, you are free. And you can bring that freedom to your mind, to your body, and to this world. When you bring your awareness to your mind and your body, you bring freedom to the world. You bring love to the world. You can bring truth to the world. Awareness is the light that you are. Awareness is the light that you are. You are never alone in this journey. You will never be alone in this journey. You are the awareness. And for those of you that choose to return to this vibration, releasing the body from your mind by relaxing it, releasing your mind from the body by relaxing it, and being aware. For many of you, this will be much easier to do now. Allow yourself to be free of your mind and body long enough that you can bring freedom to your mind and body. And when you have freedom, you will have understanding. And when you have understanding, you will have right action. When you have right action, you have order. Thank you. And very gently just stay with the vibrations that you're feeling right now. Stay conscious of the vibration that you're in right now. There's no need to try and make it different or expect something else. Just be with what you are with right now. Because you can't be with something else. You can only be with what you are right now. What you are, where you are right now. The distinction between awareness and mind and body is very clear when you establish that perspective. And it is our goal in the coming weeks to bring a deeper awareness of that to your sense of who you are, so that you will have more to give to your own life and more to give to the lives of other people. Because when you are free from this little self in here, when you are free from that, then you will be able to show others the way. When you are free, you know the way. And it is important you understand that. that when you are free, you know the way. When you feel freedom to any small degree, you can show somebody a step. The greater your awareness of freedom, the greater your awareness of being what you are, which is the light, which is love, the greater your awareness of that, the more overt and pronounced the effects will be in time, space, and matter upon the lives of yourself and the people around you. That level of who you are, that level of love, that level of light that you are. Yes, I understand. So very gently, just stay with those energies you're in. Carry them in to the day. Remember, they want me to tell you to remember this simple step, that when you relax your body, you release it from your mind. When you can relax your body, you release it from your mind. And when your body is free from the mind, it can correct, it can repair. It does not have the resistance of the mind, because mind creates resistance in the body. If the mind, of course, is not properly organized. If your mind is based on pain and suffering and fear and memories of guilt and shame, then you'll have a bit of work to do. But I can promise you, there's not one of you that cannot make this journey. We all came on the journey because we can all make the journey. There's not one that came to this earth that did not bring light. Everyone came bearing light. Every living being on this planet has brought light with them. Although some may be covered in the darkness of separateness, this world, the experience of matter, may have created great sense of separation from that light. There is none that cannot be restored to it. There are none that cannot be restored to the light. And that's what they're telling me right now. And I believe that in all my heart, that from what I'm experiencing, what I'm knowing, what they're showing me, there is not one among us that cannot be redeemed. Thank you. There is not one that cannot be redeemed. By redeemed, they mean remember, recall, acquire. You redeem yourself. You recall. You become what you are. And we are all on the journey together. And I want to say thank you to everybody who showed up today. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. And this is the greatest awakening, folks. We're in the process now. We're in it. It's been going on for a long time, but this year, the great efforts of beings like Sadhguru and many others, I mean, they put in huge effort. There's many of these beings. They get to see the fruits of all their labor, bearing fruit. Some of them aren't even in bodies anymore. Some of them aren't even in bodies, and they're cheering us on. They're literally excited. They're as excited about what's happening as we are. Those of us that are awake and aware. And everybody, they're saying there's nobody can be, your light can never go out. Your light can never completely go out. Ever. Ever. Please remember that. I'm going to take 3 more questions and then call it a beautiful day. Question. I know I am supported in clearing at this time and wonder how to make my space more welcome for my dear guides and elementals. Wow, that's a great question. I'm so glad you asked that question. Sorry, I'm just hearing Master Jesus talk. Basically, love prepares the way. Love prepares the way. Release your attachment, your attention to fear. Release your attention to suffering. Love prepares the way. We are with you. We are with all of you as you are with us. And it is important you understand that it is not that we're not with you or that you can't hear us. It is that you are giving attention to those elements in your awareness that do not allow you to hear us. So you are listening to one thing when you want to hear another. Then you try to hear another thing while you're listening to the other, you won't. But love, the vibration of love, which is what you are, will prepare the way. And each time you sit and connect to love, you connect to yourself. When you realize that love is not something that you have to go and acquire, that it is what you are, as you realize that, the doors will open very rapidly, as it has with this one here. When you remember what you are, and that you are it, and that it is not a memory anymore, it is what you are. But sometimes you have to go and remember because you've forgotten since then. And so you go to remember what you are. When you remember what you are, you're free. And then it's service. It's just service time. Roll up our sleeves. And that's what it is. This is roll up our sleeves and get to work now. Now we get to really watch it all unfold. Oh, you're so welcome, Kira. Question from Maths. Will the energy divide more in this? Okay. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion about the different levels of dimensional consciousness, and we want to clear some of that up. The various dimensions of consciousness and your perception or non-awareness of them is wholly contingent upon the development of your awareness. How aware are you? Each dimension in and of itself functions perfectly as it is, but also interacts with the one below and above it. It does not serve you to be concerned with that which you are not aware of, but do become concerned with that which you are aware of. These other dimensions, if you so wish to access them, are available to you, but you must graduate in awareness. You must become aware of these things. It's important to understand. You know there's all these dimensions because you are part of them. You aren't separate from them as who you are. But in your perception of thinking you are not who you are, you have the illusion of separateness from these other dimensions, as you have the illusion of separateness from other humans. You have an illusion of separateness because you've forgotten who you are. As the illusion of your separateness fades through the awakening of yourself to who you are, remembering, you will have access to all things. You will have access to all things. Yes, thank you. The Master Jesus was just saying that you will know all. There will be no mysteries to you. There will you'll know all things. It'll all be added onto you when you awaken. When you awaken to who you are, to that which God made you to be, the Creator made you what you are. All else will be added onto you. There'll be everything you need to know, you'll know. And what you don't know, you can learn. Wow. Last question for the day. This question is from Viomi. What should I do about repetitive numbers on phone screens? Okay. I love that. I don't have to read all the questions anymore. There's a level of awareness that starts to happen that you just start to know what you know. And if what you don't know, it's given to you to know right away. The minute you have a question, like we all have this. You have this. It's what you are. You have access to infinite knowledge. We all do. Those number sequences are to get you outside of and get you reconnected to that you know there's something more to what you are perceiving yourself to be in the moment for you in this instance, to remember who you are, to remember who you are. Yes, there are beings. There's a mentor you have. Who is this? Michael. You have a mentor, a spiritual mentor by the name of Michael. And he's the one that's trying to instruct you on how to remember yourself. When you perceive those number sequences again, don't get caught up in the phenomena of the sequence of numbers that you're seeing. Go to the vibration that you feel when you perceive those numbers. In that vibration is the instruction and information Michael is trying to give you. In the vibration. That's the way he's saying that you can begin to unlock the door. And he's using that specific word. You can begin to unlock the door. Wow, that's really cool. Wonderful. Well, I want to thank everybody for your time, your energy, your patience, your questions, beautiful questions, wonderful questions, and your support. Thank you for your support by coming here and share your experience, share your wisdom with others. As you become more aware, share. As you become more aware, share. And again, we will see you on Monday for the continuing of the greatest awakening, which is what we are in now. We are in the greatest awakening. And I'm going to wish you all a wonderful and a joyful day, and I hope to see you on Monday for the continuing of the greatest awakening. Much love, everyone. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel. If you want to support the messages here, you can become a member of my Patreon page, patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. And again, much love, much gratitude. I will see you on Monday. Bye for now.